You're
First of
not.
all, I don't get into all these titles.
Oh, I
I
do.
stand up for
I
what's
like
right.
to
I don't get
know.
into Republican, Democrat,
Um,
liberal,
you
socialist.
cannot get
I
into it.
stand for what's right.
You cannot get into
Women
it, but I
should
like to know
not be
people that
in,
align
I'm
with
sorry,
you.
men should not be in the woman's bathroom.
You
I don't
need
give a fuck if you're liberal,
you need a title to
Republican,
you need a
Democrat,
title to
blue, white, green.
anyway, Republican. But
Okay.
you need a title so you can understand who you align yourself with. That's the point.
Okay.
The same
So
way how we could all have the same
so if
skin
you're saying
color.
that you are a Democrat,
I'm saying I'm a socialist.
I'm sorry, you're saying you're a socialist and you're
Yeah.
calling me a Republican. I never put that on myself.
You didn't have to
You're
put
calling
you
me a
didn't have to put
Republican.
that on yourself.
So does that mean
the way
that
you
we're
act,
not equally yoked and that we shouldn't be friends anymore because you're a socialist and I'm a Democrat? Even though I think we both are human beings who want to stand for what's right.
I think you're putting it in a sense where I would think to myself, maybe we shouldn't be friends.
Okay, so we should.
Because you just put it
So
like
we
that.
shouldn't be friends because you're a socialist and I never once claimed to be a Republican. Anything.
No, but you have the same
You're putting
point.
titles on me all because I said one. I didn't know what
I would
non-binary
never talk to a person that I actively know listens to Charlie Kirk. I wouldn't.
So this is what we have going on. This woman right here and the woman behind the camera are going back and forth because the woman behind the camera does not want to be her friend because she has Republican values. She didn't state that she is a Republican, but she said, hey, I don't believe that men should be in women's restroom. Her friend is upset because she's not saying that she's a Democrat or a Republican and she's going against Democrat values or socialist values. Look, what we see from the liberal side, and it's very upsetting and it's very frustrating when we see this, they're like a cult. If you're not with them, they'll do everything to destroy you, which doesn't make sense. They don't want you to have an opinion. That's what socialist is. They don't want you to have an opinion and thought on how things should be. They want you just to get with the program, give you their money, and say nothing and just live life. As we see through life, people are willing to be socialists is because they're broke and they want you to have the same ideology because they see you being successful and they want you to be a socialist because they want you to be on their side. What we see from the Democrats and the socialists, not a lot of people are agreeing with it because of history. We see what happened in history. We see that socialism doesn't work. But it's always going to be a bunch of broke people pushing this initiative and this agenda because they can't make money. But what I see about the Democrats and the socialists is they want to be a cult. It's a cult-like following. It's follow us even if we're wrong. If we jump off a bridge, you should jump too. And she's just saying, I'm not with that. Even though I don't agree with you doesn't mean we can't be friends. That's the main thing of this video. That's the main thing that we're seeing in this first part is we really have somebody upset at another person because I'm not believing everything that you believe in. What makes America great is the difference in opinion, is a difference in we can talk about things and still be friends. What we seeing now, especially from the left, is if you're not with us, we hate you. They have pure hate for people that are not 100% with them. You see people getting fired. You see people getting kicked out of nail salons because they have a different opinion than them. If you're not with the immigrants, if you're not against ICE, if you're not against this and against this, they hate you. That's the sad part that we see from the other side. We see that these people do not like you or do not want to be your friend. They judge you because you're not thinking like them. What type of America is that? What type of America is that where they want you to live and be friends with them but not have an opinion? That sounds like slavery to me. Doesn't it? Doesn't it sound like slavery? The only way I could be your friend is if I shut up and believe everything that you believe in. Why would I want to be your friend? See, this is why I don't mess with a whole lot of people. This is why you can't talk politics with a lot of people because what we see, especially from the left, we see what? Emotion. They're emotional people. There are people that can't have a good conversation, and there are people that can't admit if they're wrong in a certain situation. Is everything that Republicans say right? Absolutely not. Is everything that Democrats say is right? Absolutely not. It probably should be a blend, but will there ever be a blend? No, because we're two sides divided. That's just how it is. But what we see from the left is if you're not with every single thing that we're with, if you're against one of those things, you can't be my friend. I can believe in socialism, but I can like Charlie Kirk, right? It's up to me as a person. But what we see is that we see a bunch of hatred. We see a bunch of chaos from people that are against other people that do not believe in everything that they believe in, and that's worrisome, and that's pretty crazy to have in America.
He's dead.
Doesn't matter.
Sorry, rest in peace.
Listen, I would never. I'm sorry. I would
So
never.
you would never be friends with someone who listens to Charlie Kirk?
No.
So if I said, oh, I would never want to be friends with you because you listen to Linkin Park.
Okay, then period.
That's crazy.
I think it's okay to say that you don't want to be friends with certain people. I think that's fine.
No, that's valid.
Yeah.
But are you saying you don't want to be my friend because I said I used to listen to Charlie Kirk?
Yeah.
I used to listen to Charlie Kirk when he would have college debates. Have you ever watched any of them?
I think he cuts them off when he wants to cut them off. And I think in the same sense as how, like, when I say something and you cut me off, that's the same thing he does.
But I never cut you off. I let you speak.
You've done it multiple times, babes.
So you're saying
you cut me off when I'm saying something.
So you're saying you don't want to be my friend because I used to watch Charlie Kirk's debate videos?
I'm valid in saying that. I think it's okay.
No, you have every right to say that. But I'm saying
you're
saying that you don't want to be my friend because I would watch Charlie Kirk YouTube videos of him debating college kids.
I want to know how many friendships were lost because of Charlie Kirk. Did everything that Charlie Kirk say was correct? Absolutely not. Nobody's perfect. But a lot of people are upset about Charlie Kirk because he most of the time he told the truth and he backed it up with facts. That's one of the things that people don't like about Charlie Kirk. He would just bring up facts. He wouldn't just be spewing things. Like you hear some people talking, they're just spewing things just to put it out there. He's backing up with facts, knowledge, research. And people get upset, and it's mainly young people that are, from the left that don't like the fact that he's speaking from fact and from research. But I really want to know how many people, how many friends were lost because of Charlie Kirk. Because somebody was smart enough to have an opinion, did the research, and backed everything up with data. We have people still today that's still mad about Charlie Kirk. But what I feel like is people are just mad because they just don't like their life, period. And they need somebody to be the villain. What we see in America is there needs to be a villain so somebody can blame their problems, their troubles on so they can feel good about themselves. That's the reason why everybody doesn't like Trump, because people need a villain to blame for their fallacies, for their loss, for their, failures. Oh, I failed in chemistry. It's Trump's fault. I failed. My girlfriend dumped me. It's Trump's fault. Oh, I'm not being successful. It's Charlie Kirk's fault. Everybody needs the villain. That's why everybody doesn't want to be the villain. Special people are okay with being a villain because they know what you're saying is not true. It's just because you're a failure. You failed because you failed. It has nothing to do with the government, has nothing to do with your parents, has nothing to do with Trump, has nothing to do with Charlie Kirk. You failed because you failed. And we see today, a lot of people are scared to look in the mirror and say, I failed because I failed. Not because of Charlie Kirk, not because of Republicans, not because of Trump, not because of Marco Rubio, not because of J.D. Vance. It's because of me.
I think it's okay for you to say that, yes. I think it's okay for
So
you to
is
say
this like
that.
an end of a friendship right here?
Maybe. Possibly.
Wow, that's crazy.
Likely. I don't know. Likely.
So should I not? Okay, so remember that time we went out and that song, like Angels Have to Die, whatever. Remember the song?
I love Chop Suey.
Chop
System of a
Suey.
Down.
What is it?
System of a Down. Chop Suey.
Chop Suey, Smothered Out, whatever.
Because you only
I thought that's. Wait.
You only listen to that one line.
All right,
He
but
said way more than that.
But I thought that song was very demonic,
You
right?
only listen to that one line.
No, I listened to the whole song. I was there in person when they played those songs.
So then, can you say more than just "Angels Deserve to Die"? About
No, because that was the main line
That's the only line you actually listened to.
I listened to the whole song, but that was really the main line that stuck out to me, which made me say,
But
"Hey, I think this song is a little demonic."
For you to say that, are there other lines you listen to besides?
No, I can't, because that main line
Even
was the one that stuck to me.
Even Christian songs can say something that in the same sense, they'll say something about that. A gospel song can say something in the same concept.
No, but what I'm saying is,
you listen to one thing in the whole song and you call it demonic.
Okay, but right.
See, it's kind of being a hypocrite, and then we're going to end it here. But basically what we see is that this girl needs to get a new friend. Her friend that she has right now is very judgy. She wants her to be the same way as her. I don't want to be around people that's just like me. I want people to have the same go-getter mentality, same type of spirit, the same type of not being lazy. But I don't want people to be around me that's the same. See, what we see in these protests, what we see in this conversation is people from that left side want you to be the same. You got to be the same. If you're not doing everything that I'm doing, if you don't think this is cool, I'm not with you. That's the problem with this whole conversation that we got going back and forth is this girl is being a hypocrite. First, she said, you can't cut me off. You're cutting me off, but the girl is cutting her off. You know, this girl said, you know what? I don't like this song. It seems a little demonic, but she's not breaking up with her friend. But her friend was like, well, you listen to the whole song? Yeah, listen to the whole song. But if you're saying angels need to go to hell or whatever, that sounds demonic to me. See, what it is, we see one side is respecting one person's opinion, and the other side is not respecting their opinion. That's what we dealing with in life. That's exactly what we dealing in life. To this girl, get a new friend. What it sounds like to me, this girl is jealous of you, but we ain't gonna go there. We ain't gonna go there. She don't want to be your friend because she's jealous of you. That's the true facts. That's the true facts. At the end of the day, man, you be your own person, but you got to be open and respect everybody else's decisions and respect everybody else's choices and everybody else's lifestyle. We can't impose ourselves 100% onto somebody else and make them be something that they're not. What makes us great in America is we have different opinions. We can get to the same point, but different ways. That's the problem that we have. We have this, if you're not with us, we against you, and we'll do everything we can to destroy you. That's what's happening in America today. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. As always, we'll keep this thing rock, keep it going. I appreciate you guys' support. Go get a Patreon coming very, very soon. No Filter Morning Show coming very, very soon. We're going to keep this thing rocking, keep it going. I appreciate everybody. And you guys just stay safe out there, man. And you know what? Look, man, I respect your opinion. I may not agree with everything you say. I may not agree with everything you say, but it's not like I want you dead. I'm out.